Hi guys, it is time for my monthly. Basically, is your ex coming back? It is usually due end of the first week each month. So this is our November and the first week of December. These are actually the cards from a different deck. I actually do have exactly the same cards in this deck, and I have developed this spread that I called Cat Tarot Knows or X spread, but it also can apply to actually current on and off relationships and sometimes tricky relationships. When I do the private reading, if you're in a relationship, I kind of like use this King of Wands versus Knight of Wands, and I use generic Queen of Wands and Knight of Wands for a reason. So I'm going to spend just a minute to explain this category. So don't start telling me, oh, you're having the same in the same video. Yes, I actually do, because these are just titles of the book that I want to figure out for each sign what's happening this particular month. So the very first category, the Magician. The Magician is the creator, right? This category number one is a starter category. Is this relationship a starter? You know that maybe you want it, but sometimes just circumstances or people are against us. Maybe, you know, we live in different cities. Maybe, you know, temptation is just too much. Maybe family is against it. Maybe we just never find time to see each other. That this is all going to show up in this category. So even if this says you guys are good to go and you will have a happy relationship, if you don't see each other, it just simply kind of like fade away. So this is kind of relationship that's going, this is kind of category that's going to explore that. Then I have here Temperance reversed. And it's purposely reversed because in the upright position, Temperance is talking about patience, and for every relationship we need patience, even though they're selling us and they fell in love and that kind of stuff. Okay, let me be a little bit skeptical about that, right? It happens to all of us. We all crave that, but we do know that something that kind of like turns into flame really quickly also really quickly kind of like fades away. So Temperance talks about merging two very different liquids together, talks about alchemists, talks about seeing this vision for these two people creating their own kingdom, right? The angel. Now, when Temperance is reversed, something is not gelling. Something is not right. Either it's not the right person, or it's not the right time, or it's not the right place, or just not the right circumstances. So these two categories, as you can see, are very important and they are circumstantial. Then it's going to be about you and about your partner, whether you are in a relationship or not. Even though Queen of Wands generally talks about fire signs and King of Wands talk about fire signs, in this particular readings, I am just dedicating this to be you. Why? Because if we have any issues in a relationship, we always have to take a few steps back, sometimes all the way back to dating, sometimes kind of like really figuring out, okay, so what do I want to do and how do I really want to, you know, seduce this person all over again. I want him to see me with fresh eyes, or I want her to see me as powerful and important. So hence we kind of take on this role of Queen of Wands for ladies, or role of Knight of Wands, or King of Wands for gentlemen. So King of Wands is slower than Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is the one who will chase you and eventually is going to settle in for King of Wands. So that's kind of the difference. And Eight of Wands is generally love arrows and communication and the energy card, right? It goes literally, you can see the arrows of love flying in this direction. So I really want to see what's happening here. Is this combination proper? Because sometimes we read into things that other persons say and we create our own reality, or maybe this reality doesn't exist. So it's just going to here tell me in this category what the partner thinks about you or what she thinks about you, and here kind of like how is this communication flowing, if at all. Now this is my karma card. I have 4 karma cards. The karmic cards that I designate as karmic cards are Judgment, Justice, Ace of Swords, and Wheel of Fortune. There is a reason for all of them. In this particular card, it's kind of really important for me to see kind of like the emotions from the past that are currently kind of like being looked upon. So this is simply just, again, if you're getting blessings in this relationship, if things from the above looked upon kind of like are favorable, it's kind of like it's not really your will, but it is something that basically depends on kind of like really higher level of thinking. And this card for Wands, which is my relationship, next level, long term, going to the next stage card, is going to tell me about the quality of your relationship. So this is kind of in short description. So hopefully you listen through it, because now I'm going to just jump in and I'm going to just roll out the cards and we can go with that. Okay, so talk to you soon. So let's see what is in your karma over here. So here we have another 6. It looks like there is like, and this is like the first 10 days from whenever you're reading this, or if you're reading this on the release date, then it's going to be from the 5th to the 15th. So 6s are generally about relationships, right? It's kind of merging together. Hi, Safi. Hi, Safi. Say hi to Taurus. Are you high? Are you high? She's very high. Very, very high. It was lots of catnip here involved. Right? A little box, lots of catnip. So, 6s, and this one in particular, look at this. You have this merchant scales. Just these 2 cards have merchant scales. Here they're like even, and somebody felt like I got the short end of the stick, but the karma is saying, guys, the lesson here was give and take. Somebody maybe felt that give and take kind of works. You give, and they take. So this is asking you to reassess how you're dealing on that level, because it's so much easier to give. So you have to really ask yourself how kind of like that functions. So let's see the quality of relationship. Well, there is a kind of like still an element of romance and daydreaming about that. It still kind of like may kind of be one of those post-divorce get-togethers. It could be also I'm sorry kind of a thing. It's kind of like really interesting, energy that is happening over here. So let's see the second 10 days, or 15th to 25th. See, things are getting stuck, or maybe they even look to be foolish, and after reaching some kind of clarity now it feels like kind of childish. It feels like not really focusing on the big issues, and kind of like feeling like, why I'm doing this, this is not going anywhere. What needs to be glued? It has to be realization, guys, that this is over. That death is general transformation, but in order to transform, something really has to end. And quite a few things have to be learned here. So how you're seeing, honestly, you're getting it. You're getting that aha moment. It's clicking. Because like this is the card of being sneaking, cheating, and stealing and grabbing whatever you can get, right? Kind of an energy. And this is explanation, just like this. I kind of get it. See, this is getting it in the heart and still kind of like romanticizing. Sometimes we kind of create a history the way we want to remember. This is kind of like emotional component. But this is kind of like, okay, I get it. I get why this cannot go anymore. Complete closure. It is that moment when all of a sudden you're not thinking about your ex anymore. You're just moving forward. So actually being seen as the one who is capable of moving forward. Maybe you're going to even have a new partner or meet somebody, but that's not going to go anywhere. Sort of like just kind of a rebound relationship. And you'll be seen as really, really stubborn as well. And there is this like one-up energy. So it looks like the communication between you and partner, if exists at all, it's kind of angrily, or somebody feels like I need to win. And everybody else loses. And we are going back to this giving and sharing. And if you need to talk to somebody, we need to be mature people. Things can be discussed. It doesn't mean that you're mortal enemies. And these are words, lots of words happening, and maybe you're just going to think at some point, is this even making sense? And maybe that's why they feel, okay, I'm not being served and I deserve better. Because each side I see here has their side of the story. You see, they also have another 7. You see, here was a 6 and 6, and here I have a 7 and 7. So it's sort of like moving in a direction for them. Looks like it's the matter of crossroads. It's the matter, okay, so I reached this level in life, and to progress further, what do I need, right? It's kind of like reviewing what has been done, wondering what else needs to be done. Sort of like a little break, but it's a solo break. They kind of are trying to ground themselves, especially monetarily, while you're kind of trying to understand something mentally, why certain things happen. As far as karma is saying, there's still lots of dark and murky details over here. Still lots of barking on the moon, kind of like not really knowing who is who and who was the real player over here, right? It's emotional still. It could have been a third person. Now I see it here and here and here. Now it's kind of telling me, and maybe this is why this kind of like getting it has to happen. Maybe this is why the split happened. Maybe there was a possibility of rebuilding it, and somebody was saying, no, you have to become transparent. And yet the other party felt, oh, I deserve whatever, me to be heard. But this is kind of like two evils are not exactly always equal, and discussions will take place and looks like going nowhere. And they go back to, okay, what is the quality here? This is like foolish even continuing with this person, because they are either rejecting, and there is like this sense of rejection and sense of secrets going on. So let's see the third 10 days, or it will be on the from the 25th to, let's say, 7th. So it's saying in your toolbox, you see here, he's proudly loading his ships and pushing them, because this is like, okay, it's a new beginning. It's reversed. So the ships, relationships, friendships, partnerships are not going anywhere, right? And what needs to be glued? Yeah, there is like not this ultimate happiness. It's just simply dead. It's dead. And you feel stuck. You see, it's kind of moving forward. Like it was the closure, and it is like there is nothing I can do there. Absolutely. The situation doesn't depend on me. I kind of like have the sweet spot for this person, but oh my gosh, like all the thoughts are still kind of running through my head. And there I go. There is like this feeling of betrayal, of this kind of happiness that you really, really wanted. And then they actually want to be single. You see that thinking about how to go, they're deciding, I actually want to be on my own. Just enjoy life with myself, for myself, enjoy maybe finer things in life. This could be a new person showing up for them. It's kind of strange. Or maybe they have a vision of an ideal woman, and that ideal woman is naive and just want to knit something and has the entire world basically dedicated to them, and kind of like they go in that direction, while there is somebody from a flesh and blood who really want to work things out with them. And so that's maybe why the Fool came out here. This is not realistic, and this would never work out, because this person doesn't even have idea. You see, that's Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups. This storybook love does not exist. And King of Pentacles, so this could be actually even a couple that is affecting this person. Or actually, this could be you guys, Taurus. Actually, this could be you meeting somebody new. That could mean that. And this actually also could mean that they had somebody who broke you off. In any case, there is exit out. You're going to feel with this person, it's a no-go. But it looks like somebody else is appearing. And if somebody else appears, it's going to be somebody who will really need to smooth you and calm you. Somebody who has sort of pacifying and gentle effect on you. Could be even a water sign person. So Taurus, as I said, this could be all or nothing for you. And if you really want me to review your personal situation, please contact me via www.cattarot.ca. Until the next time, love you.